What's up, boys? Welcome back to another guide. Today I'm gonna be showing you a weird but safe TvZ build. It's a build with cool aggression, and I feel like this build's cool because it's really safe against Zergalins and early pools and stuff like that, so it could be useful for you guys. Now I'm gonna do things a little bit differently today, so you guys are gonna have to tell me if you like it. So this game is actually from my mouse-only account, so this is about 5.2k MMR. And the reason is because every build I have of this in my main account is just me winning in 5 minutes, and the games with this one actually drag on for a little bit more. So I feel like I can show you guys the transition and stuff more. And my macro is not going to be perfect, the build's not going to be perfect, so I don't know if that's annoying for you guys that it's not super high level, or if it's cool for you guys because I don't know, the macro might be a bit more relatable, I guess. Anyway, let me know. I'm gonna explain you guys what's cool about this build, you know, the adaptations and whatnot. So yeah, basically you just open barracks gas, very simple, right? Obviously barracks first, don't get it wrong. I think with this build it's pretty easy to confuse if you think about it in theory, but it's just barracks, then gas. And then we're gonna switch it up by going reactor first, with an SCV scout, of course. So we're gonna scout with the barracks SCV, and then we rally the 19th SCV to go over and make the command center. Now the reason why this is so good against pool first links is just because you skip the Reaper, you would think you don't have any scouting, right? But you have so many Marines that you actually hold everything. Like I beat a 5-5 Zerg because he did pull first into roaches, and you have enough Marines to stop all of that stuff. So you're already gonna make 2 Marines now. If it's like a pull first 4 links, it's gonna arrive when your 3rd and 4th Marines are already producing probably. So that's why it's very safe. So you get 2 Marines, and then you're gonna start up the factory. Really simple build order so far. I think this build's kind of similar to my my first TVP build. It's like a triple prong attack. I feel like this one is a bit easier to execute. That's why I like this build so much. I feel like it's so simple. But whenever I was playing at this MMR range, like roughly 5k, I would always win with this. It felt like, I don't know, it was just a good counter to the meta of the Zergs here. So you're just going to be producing Marines non-stop from this barracks. You get the second gas after the factory. Like, everything is completely standard except for going reactor first. Then you saturate that immediately. Let's see what my APM is with this build. That's about 150, so. And I'm still completely on track. You get the starport. Make sure to keep making Marines. I'm not doing this because I'm just too slow. Because I'm playing with one hand in this replay. And then, important, you get the reactor on the factory. Not a tech lab, not Hellions, no switch, you actually make a reactor on it. Make sure to get that right. Now, the Marine positioning here is you send 1 or 2 Marines to deny the Overlord, and the rest is going to be here safely on the ramp in case there's like a link flood or something. You want to have your Marines clumped there on the ramp. That's why sometimes I select them together. I'm a bit scared, you know. But usually you have 1 or 2 Marines patrolling the edge of the base. Now you swap the starport on the reactor. Now sometimes, this is just a simple tip, is in this build sometimes you're short on money. Like right now I can't exactly afford 2 medevacs. With this build the Marine production always takes the advantage, because you need 14 Marines for the drop. So if I start my medevacs first, I'm gonna have to wait for my Marines anyway. So if you're ever short on money or you're not sure which unit to build, in the opening phase of this game, the Marines always take the priority, because you need to be able to fill those medevacs. So then, when you start your 11th and 12th Marine, you make your medevacs, and then you make a Widow Mine. Here we go. That's what I should have left Marines for. I was a little bit late on that, so I don't know if he's actually gonna see it. Yeah, he does see it. I don't know if he knows what it means, because obviously it still looks very strange, right? Then, when you have the gas, this just depends on the gas. When you have the 150 gas required, that's when you get the fusion core. Then, okay, this you can see I'm being very slow here, because this is really tough when you're just playing with the mouse. So you send this drop instantly to the main. You make your third command center to finish the wall off. If there's a map where you need to make an extra depot, you just make that extra depot. Like, you just need to make sure to have a wall off, right? Then you put your factory on the reactor. Obviously, you guys can do this faster, right? Like, I'm doing everything with clicking. You guys can do that a little bit faster. Just do it as fast as you can. And then you fly this one away to make the tech lab. Now I'm gonna explain, because this looks like a frontal attack, but I'm gonna explain why it's a triple prong build. Sometimes you kill the Zerg when you do this. Like, this actually happens a decent amount. A good map to do this build on, for example, is Golden Wall, because people tend to go 2-base Muta and then they just die. Okay. So this game, I'm not gonna do a particular amount of damage, but enough. So let me explain a bit about how the attack works. Sometimes, if you have like 5 queens in position with some links, more likely, like these medevacts, you have to treat them safe. The damage is not super necessary. So if you doubt that you can do any damage with this, you just back off. You drop here and you kill his overlords for free, and you know, maybe you scan if you want to. But in this case, since he had nothing, I went in. So the reason this is a triple prong build is you're making Hellions at the same time. I was actually supply blocked and not macroing very well, as you can see, but that's okay. But the reason this is a triple prong build is usually you save these medevacts because they're in position. You go out, you clear some overlords and stuff. Then, when you have 6 Hellions, you run by the 6 Hellions into the third and drop in the main at the same time. And the reason that's good is because they usually need the links to deal with the Marines, and then the Hellions can just dodge the queens and get free reign. And then right after that, you can teleport the battlecruiser wherever there are no queens. But in this case, this is actually probably going to happen a lot. When I was playing at 5k MMR, this is what happened most of the games, to be honest. They weren't in position. And as you can see, I dealt such a good amount of damage. Like, this is a very good drone to SCV ratio for Terran. So if there's no defense, you can definitely go in. But normally you set yourself up for that triple prong. Now, once you finish making Marines, you decide whether you want to play Bio or a mech. If you want to, I would always go for the Hellions. But if you want to play Bio, you're just gonna lift this one away, land it here when the BC is finished, and then you just make 2 barracks on the reactors. And you know the standard drill. You get your W base and stuff. But I usually prefer to play mech. So then you get your double gases first, and then you're gonna go into 2 more factories whenever you have the money, which is now, and the 8 PM, I guess, in my case. So here we go. You killed a lot of, I don't know how, did we kill any drones? Oh, we killed 8 drones actually. So here's the Hellion run by. If your drop is already dead, then you just sync up the Hellions and the BCs. You know, that's what's gonna happen here. I sent the Hellions in. He should be pulling his queens towards my Hellions. Or maybe not, I guess. I don't know why. I guess he thought the Zerglings were enough. And then the BC teleports where there's no defense. Oh, he actually did end up pulling his queens. Perfect. And then you TP the BC into the other vulnerable base. And the reason this sequence is good is because, I mean, the entire build is because after you open with something that's not like ABC or a Banshee, people will usually not have spores, and they will usually not expect battlecruisers. So, you know, like, this is already so much damage. I'm actually gonna lose this battlecruiser because I wasn't looking at it at all. So yeah, mistakes happen, guys. So then you go, if you want to do the mech follow-up, you go into the triple factory. You get the double armory going. Now, to be completely honest, guys, like I mentioned before a few times, this is a mouse-only game, so I didn't play a proper mech game. If you want to see how to follow up a proper mech build with a good mech macro game, I do have a guide on it. I will link it below. But this game, I'm just gonna do something that's super easy and doesn't require a lot of effort. So what I do here may not necessarily be the best way to play, but if you guys wanna play like this, that's fine. You know, if you think this is the way to go, it's simple. Maybe you're a slower player. Maybe you just don't like putting too much effort. You're nightly Starker games. I don't know. You can play like this as well, but if you really want to know how to follow up this proper mech game, I would recommend to check out the other guide that I will be linking in the description. So in this game, because I want to take it easy, I'm going to make a few tanks for defense, 2 tanks, and then I'm just going to go into Thors. because Thors are very A-movable. What's my APM right here? Yeah, I'm struggling a bit at like 120 against the guy with 400. Like, you guys have probably noticed, like, my orbital's full, I'm not making upgrades, yeah, so that's why that's kind of the advantage of showing a replay like this. Like, I'm macroing absolutely terrible, but I'm still owning him, you know. Like, I just don't have the APM to macro, which you guys do. So if you guys copy this strategy, I feel like it should be pretty effective. Now, this is a bit of a YOLO move. I just saw he had no roaches or anything. I didn't see any units. That's why I decided to go out with these Hellbats. But yeah, staying home, you know, that's usually what you do. Normally I would recommend some Hellion run-wise, you know. Send 4 Hellions around into the 3rd base. Send 4 Hellions here, you know. Not too many, of course. So yeah, as you can see, I'm really just focusing on keeping it simple. Making some Thors. Making some more battle cruisers. Just getting my walls up. Like, stuff like this is very important. It's like... you know, in my case, if you don't have enough APM to spare, you really just want to be prepared and not have to react. So I lift this base, I wall it off again. Meanwhile, the BCs are just getting some easy damage done. Oh my god, killed 57 drones with my harassment scale. Even more now. Didn't realize it was that nuts. Did I ever even make my... I never even used my armor this game, I just realized. Not even 411. So yeah, I feel like this is a really simple way to play. Just keep getting Thors and BCs. You have a few tanks for defense. Get those planetaries up in this case. It kind of got owned, of course. But yeah, I'm keeping it very simple. You know, it's funny, like, my money looks low, like I'm macroing well, but then you look at the orbitals. I have like 11 meals stored in there. Imagine how much money I would have if I would launch 11 meals. Yeah, actually, a good thing to do, this is what I do in my mouse only games as well, is that at some point macroing is too hard. Like, this is one of my first, this is when I started. Yeah, this is exactly what I do. You just start launching depots because, like, I already have too much money to meal. I might as well launch depots and make the game a bit easier for myself, right? Another base finishes. Now we get that planetary up. Just like I said, just keep making Thors. You know, as long as your opponent doesn't have spellcasters, Thors are pretty good. If they don't have like Mass Infestor or anything, maybe some Vipers, that's gonna work out pretty well. Now I look at this. Now I realized I wasn't making upgrades and just had 5 at once. Like, why not? Get everything, guys. Alien run might didn't work out, sadly. Yeah, this is kind of the setup that I always felt was really comfortable. You just sit back on Thors, you get your planetaries up, do some Hellion run-bys, and then as soon as you're maxed, you just attack. Obviously, ideally, I would have liked to have 1-1, right? But actually, I'll probably have 1-1 before the game ends. I don't know. I know I'm gonna attack him. I remember basically killing him with the attack. It looks like it's probably gonna have 1-1. How much does 1-1 actually take? It's like 2 minutes maybe. In total, we're already halfway. So yeah, at this point you would just add some more factories. Get you know, get some more CCs up. Yeah, the thing is, in this case, since I don't have the APM to mill, all I need is command centers to actually make bases. Like, there's no need for me to make more orbitals. Normally, you guys, I would recommend you to make more orbitals so you can mill, keep on top of that economy, you know. If you don't know how to find the mill button, then there's no point to make extra orbitals, I suppose. So he just makes CCs for extra bases. I think I'm just gonna kill him though. How many Thors are we on? Well, that's a good income. That's a really good income for Terran. 3k, 1k. Very nice. So we're on 9 Thors. Yeah, like Zergs, I feel like most Zergs that aren't like super high level, they don't really make use of spellcasters a lot. And then units like Thors are just so strong. Like, if this guy had 8 Infestors, which is, you know, more than reasonable to expect someone to have 8 Infestors if you have 10 Thors, this entire army would get absolutely owned, you know. So you need to be careful with the spellcasters. If they go spellcaster, you probably need to add some stuff like more siege tanks and target the Infestors, or perhaps Liberators with range, things like that, you know. Or just start multitasking and sending your army in more than one place. But here, because he doesn't have spellcasters, we just A move him, and that's it. Like, Thors are really strong in like one-on-one battle. They're just bad against spellcasters. So look at these Thors go, boy. Oh, that's just beautiful. Let's enjoy it. Look at that Thors destroying everything. Makes me happy. I have a lot of friends that like Thors, so I know I'm making some people happy with this video. And there we go. So yeah, it's really just about that triple prong setup at the start, guys. It's really safe. I'll post the replay below as well. Maybe it's useful for you guys. It's really safe. It's a really strong aggressive opener. I think you will probably win a lot of games outright with it. And a lot of games you'll win just by defending an early all-in and stuff. So yeah, obviously this guide was a bit different from normal. Let me know what you guys think if you liked it. Also give me suggestions for new guide topics and stuff. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Like the video and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Adios.